Hello everyone, we're back down at the breach again today, and as you may be able to hear between the cutting and the excavator and everything else going on, it is an extremely busy morning. It's probably, I doubt it's even 8 o'clock yet, and they're already cracking on. Now this is the way Fridays have been for the last couple of weeks. They used to be relatively quiet, but now that is far from the case. Now we'll go and have a quick look over here. Just how far they have gotten. Now we saw yesterday as well, they'd taken a lot of the banks off, and looks like they've gone even further on that right hand side. Now I still don't know when the Merlac guys are going to come down to pick up their dam. This has been here for a fair while. They were having issues pulling it out when they took the frame apart for it. That must have been a good 5 weeks ago at a total guess, and I thought they'd be down a week after, but that has not been the case at all. And I'd imagine if they wait too much longer, it will just be under a pile of earth. But we'll find out. Now you can see there he's just tampering all that down, and yeah, nice quick work on this side of things. Now we saw yesterday the drilling guys have all finished up in that spot, so I think that at some point today we'll see the best piece of machinery on site working, the old track dumper. I'd imagine that'll be going shortly. To move that rig, it's all been, I'll tell you what, I can go and show you. Let's go and have a look, okay? Now I'll make a conscious effort to move slow, well, steady. I don't want to always move slow, just because, you know, it's a very active scene a lot of the times. So we'll make do with the situation that we're in. Now the drilling guys are on site. They got here a little while ago. They're always quite early to the game. Has it been packed away? So you see there, the hole has been filled in completely. So it just needs folding up, attaching to the track dumper. All of their equipment is already in the back. Now one thing I do want to quickly talk about as well is I haven't seen the ducklings yet this morning, but if I do I'll make sure to get that on video. Now I'll also say, if you haven't subscribed already, really would appreciate if you did. It really helps me out massively, so thank you to everyone that has done already and everyone that does. And once again, thank you to all the people supporting on Buy Me a Coffee and through Super Thanks. It really does make a difference, so thank you very much. This tank here is actually a water tank, so you can see it's plumbed in now, so I'm guessing it's for taps, things like that inside the welfare cabins. That would certainly make sense. There we go. But this is certainly the star of the show. Now I'd imagine it depends what their aim is. Now I had a comment yesterday saying, basically we get a lot of information from Canal River Trust. That isn't the case. You know, we know as much as you guys most of the time. We really do. So it's not like I'm keeping plans from you. I really don't know. Genuinely, I don't know. I wish I did, but yeah, that's not the case, unfortunately. So I'll tell you what, we'll have another look over this way as well, because I do wonder if we're going to get any weird and wonderful deliveries today. Fridays have tended to be another good day for that. Seems to be early in the week or late in the week, probably preparing for that week ahead. But can't see anything just yet. You'll see there as well, all the old pilings, rust holes and all. But we've said it a few times, I don't think that's relevant to anything. Or if it may, I don't know. You guys make your own guesses with that. To some degree, I don't think we'll ever truly know the cause. I think it's a lot of guesses, but who's to say? You know, we'll figure it out. Now, looks like he's getting all that smoothed off. Now, we did see yesterday that a good chunk of the stairs were removed, and looks like they didn't go any further. If you'll see there, the banister that we saw them get up to, that is still there. So there we go. Now we'll see if these guys are taking this down just yet. Now today is going to be an awful weather day, unfortunately, but I've prepared. I've got all my stuff down here, so if it rains, that I'm prepared, and if the sun comes out, I'm less prepared because I know the sun's not going to come out. Pretty standard. Although saying that, I can't say that too much. It has been very nice lately. Hey, there's me, and once again, thank you to everyone that waves back. Now, it sounds like that excavator is right next to us. It's not really. Sometimes it sounds really loud. I'm not far away, don't get me wrong, but yeah, that one sounded especially loud. So I'll do the same as usual today, with it being a long day, especially because of the weather. I'll stop and start when required and bring you back when there's a little more progress. So the excavator has gotten very close to actually leaving the breach a few times through this side. Now I'm moving the drone so it's not quite as loud. But yeah, I'd say this is probably around the furthest we've seen it actually on this side of the breach. Now, one of the most shocking things, I would say for me anyway, with all this work is the difference it has made from the best viewpoint you can actually get from the breach. So if any of you guys have actually been down here, then you'll know that the best view you can reasonably get is from over here. So I'll tell you what, we'll go and have a flyover. Hey, there's me again. We'll fly over to the little viewpoint. It's not really a viewpoint, but certainly the best view you can get, and I'll show you what I mean. So just take it nice and easy, and if I remember, I'll put in a quick photo or video of what I mean, of what this looked like beforehand, and it really is a big difference. It really is. So yeah, if you've come down to have a look before, then you'll know what I mean, and I'd recommend coming again at some point, especially over the weekend, you know, with the workers not being here. Oh, that pigeon was cool. You know, you can get a bit more of a better look, you know, without the vans and stuff here. So yeah, it looks massively different from over there, and certainly cool to see. So let's go back over here and have a look. Now I'll do my best to remember to put that photo in. Usually I'm alright with it, but I can forget usually. Editing does take a fair while. A lot of you guys will know that I tend to leave around 1 o'clock, and that's a little bit later than I used to, and that has resulted in the videos going up a little later than usual, around 3 o'clock compared to 2. So yeah, not ideal, but we make do. It's one of them. I don't want to miss anything, but at the same time I understand that if I don't post the videos around when I usually post them, that for whatever reason they tend not to be shown as much. There we go. That is cool. Now you can imagine as well, with the material they've removed off those banks and filled in that hole, it really has flattened everything out massively. I'll tell you what, we'll go up a little bit more. We'll go over to the other side and have a look from the first spot where the Llangollen guys were. It's a surprisingly difficult word to say. There we go. So we'll take it nice and slow, but at the same time I won't go too slow, just because I don't want to waste everyone's time pretty much. There we go. So hopefully that shows you just how flat it really is. Now I'll try and go down as far as I reasonably can. Of course I've got to always keep line of sight of my drone, so that is the challenge of it all. But there you go. Tell you what, if I move along actually, I might be able to get a slightly better view, so I might be able to go down slightly lower. There we go, that's a proper view right there. So I can go right down here. Got my little gap in the hedge. So there you go, with that right side especially, it is all flat now, and it's a lot of work they've been doing here, and quick work as well, you know. It's what, day 3 or 4 of this, and it looks completely different. So getting that compound and track all sorted, allowing this access to be made, has really made the world of difference. I bet that is quite fun. That's got to be quite fun. Now, I had a lot of comments yesterday giving massive respects to the digger driver, the excavator operator, whatever word you want to go with, and literally I couldn't have said it better myself. You know, they are doing an incredible job, they really are. So massive respect, and hopefully they saw all the comments from yesterday, fingers crossed. And if I see him today, I'll certainly tell him. So we'll go back up. There we go. Now all the cutting and everything on the compound side has stopped by the sound of it. I haven't heard it for a little while, just the odd bit, but yeah, I don't think there's anything too crazy going on over there. Now, if anyone knows why that one guy is just waiting by that personnel fencing, I'm not sure. Here's a question for you. No, I think I've got it. It's one of them mornings. I struggle in the mornings. I'm always a bit slow in the mornings, but hey, we'll make do. So, tell you what, Josh's drone has just gone up, so I'll make sure to steer completely clear. But I would like to go to my little spot over here. So I'll come down underneath him, make sure I'm out of everyone's way. Now, it's the one bonus of coming down early in the morning, in that you can tend to avoid some of the drone activity. Now, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm as guilty for it as anyone else. I'm down here being as much of a drone issue as any other drone, but it does make my life easier when the drones aren't in the sky and it's just me. It's less to think about. Now, I'm always careful, don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm careless when there's no other drones around, but it's just a little more to think about when there are other drones in the sky, which is fine. I mean, we're more than used to it at this point. Now, typically, I've come over this side, and I can't really tell how far away he is. So I'll tell you what, we'll go up again and see exactly where he's up to. Sounds like it's quite windy over there. Now, I'm also going to keep an eye on the drilling guys, because I'd imagine it won't be too long until that is... So yeah, that is the furthest back he's been for sure. I've no doubt about that. But yeah, I'll keep an eye on the drilling guys and see when they get packed away. And I'm most excited to see where they go next. Well, I'm most excited to see the track dumper moving it, to be fair. But after that, it would be where it's going next. Hopefully it goes right into the breach, because that would be cool. Now, I'm just going to make sure that I'm not above any... Alrighty, so I will bring you back when there's a little more progress. So they've just had a little break. Well, not a break, I mean he stopped for like 2 minutes, and looks like they've got someone going up with him. So whether they need a banksman for the work they're about to do. Oh, this could be interesting actually. This could be interesting. Let's go and have a look, eh? I'll just make sure that... Hey, Joe's here. That's that's my morning sorted then. Oh, he's taking his bucket off. I wonder if they're moving the dam. That'd be my guess. No, I'm just going to move back, just so Joe knows I'm over here. Yeah, they're going to move the old dam. I'm guessing. That is cool. So I'll tell you what, we'll go and get a slightly better angle and go over this way. There we go. So, yeah, that was a... Good morning, Joe. Oh, you're all right, don't worry. So that was another Blue Peter moment as well, where we talked about this before, and lo and behold, it's happening now. So that is real nice to see. Now, hopefully this doesn't damage the dam at all, but to be fair, by the sound of it, how they were going to do it the first time round was very similar. So just with the smaller excavator, I believe, if I remember rightly, It was such a long time ago and everything was so different. I don't even remember what excavator was on site really. But no doubt this will be cool to film. And I've got 15 minutes of battery. Well, 10 really. It always likes to come down with 5 to spare. But yeah, I'm sure it won't take them that long. Now, one thing I would be slightly concerned about is if this is still holding back some of that water. I wouldn't want that water to undo any of the progress they've made over the last couple of days. Now I'm going to move slightly further this way, just so I can get a better angle from the other side. So let's go and do that now. I'll go to around about there, I reckon, just for that nice view from the side. There we go. So I'm guessing the Murlac guys aren't coming back to do this work now. Whether they'll be back to even pick this up, I'll keep my eye out, but you never know. Now you'll know that after the trench work the other day, I love a bit of water moving down. I find something so satisfying about it. So hopefully this will fill that gap. Oh, I could hear him shouting about something. I'm getting very used to talking now, and I feel like my accent is coming through a little bit stronger than it used to. I'd put a bit more effort back in the day as to try and make myself not sound so Shropshire, but the odd one slips through nowadays. Now that doesn't look like the cleanest work, but looks like he's found another loop there to hook onto, make their lives easier. And there we go. Once again, the talent required for all these fine movements. I said this the other day, they make it look easy, but I'm sure it's not. It's got to be incredibly difficult. But yeah, they just make it look easy, and then a little bit of ego sneaks in, and it's like, oh, I bet I could do that. Absolutely not the case. Alrighty, now whilst they're fiddling with that, I'll try and sneak a peek through the trees at what's going on over here. So it looks like they're cleaning up, as you do. Why not? Mop the ground. No, I'm not taking the mick out of them or anything. I'm just having a bit of a laugh. If anything, I've got tremendous respect for those drilling guys. It's got to be so difficult, massively so, to do all that work. It's such a brutal job. It really is. Little dog's rocked up next to me as well. So here we go. Looks like they're going to pick that up actually. Now with that having a lot of water in, it'll be heavy, but absolutely no challenge at all for this large machine. There we go. So I'm guessing they're doing that as to not just drag it through, causing any damage to it. Now this, I have to say, is quite exciting as well, because this begs the question on just how far they're going to actually do this work. You know, the thing that was a barrier, if you will, to this work in my head was, they won't go past the Murlac Dam because the Murlac guys haven't been. And now it's just like, we'll do that ourselves. And yeah, now I've got the question on exactly how far they are going to go. Now I will say this probably isn't quite as satisfying as actually dragging it through, but it makes more sense. It really does. Ooh. There we go. So just a little bit of drone deconfliction between me and Josh there, but we got it sorted. There we go. That's an awesome angle right there. So I'll tell you what, we'll move along this way. Make sure I'm out of Josh's way. There we go. Nice and easy. Now, I do like me spinning shots, but I won't do it too much just because it can make you feel a little dizzy at times. Good for wedding videos though, I will say. Saying that, these are very different to wedding videos, as I'm sure you can imagine. No track dumper at the last wedding I did. Now, it was a brilliant wedding, it really was. A lovely day, and very impressive. Well, I won't go into too much detail, but it was a lovely day. But, you know, no track dumper. I think they need to change that at weddings, I really do. So the old wheel dumper, I think this is its first time into the actual breach. It's certainly this far in anyway. Now, I'm not sure where that came from, to be fair. I didn't hear it go past, but I must have been very focused on this work. Now, get a nice zoomed out shot. See if we need that for the thumbnail. I always got to keep that in mind. I never used to think about it, so my thumbnails were lackluster at best, but yeah, we got there in the end. Awesome. That is cool. So, I don't know if you can tell, but we'll look away for a second. There is some rain coming. There is some rain coming. I can feel it in the air, but hey, we'll make the most of it. Now, I won't focus on that too much, just because, I mean, it's just a tarp getting loaded into a dumper, but hey, that's what we were waiting for as well. So the drill is being packed away, and fingers crossed, it won't be too long until we see the old track dumper fired up and moving this drill into its next spot. Now, I don't think the next spot is the last spot, but it won't be, well, I say it won't be too long. It takes them about a week each hole, give or take 4 or 5 days. See, once again, there's just so much going on. Now, there you go. Awesome work. Now, I'll spin back around, nice and slow, and get the last of this. I've flipped my mic over today so I can actually see if it's recording or not all the time, so I don't have to double check or anything. It's nice and easy. Now, one thing I will say is, with the dog being around, I fully understand that I'm the intruder here in a way, so I've always got to be extra careful landing the drone when there's dogs about. Awesome, man. So I'll tell you what, I'll come back, I'll land, and then I'll be ready for when they fire up this track dumper. So, a few things going on. Josh pointed out to me as well that the pump boats up at the top side have actually gone. So that is going to Grinley Brook to get them filled up with fuel. So yeah, I was thinking maybe not the best day to do that really. But I mean, it's fine, it is fine, but that's my immediate reaction. Joe's singing again. So yeah, that's where the 2 boats usually are. Now you'll see there as well, they've added even more fencing to stop people sneaking in. Now I'm sure if anyone wants to come to the area, do feel free. I've shown you that other spot, that's the best angle to get. But don't sneak in, you know, you're just making the workers' lives harder. So and there's just no point, you know, you can see everything from either the Aldi bridge or from that spot I showed you before. So don't give the workers a headache. Now I'm sure most of you guys watching are sensible enough to know that, but yeah, it's not ideal for them. See, I should have looked at this before I said it wasn't the best day to do that, because they're digging a trench. So that'll be why they've got the trenching bucket on. So any water that does make it through there, nice and simply, they're going to dig this trench out and all that water can run down there. That makes total sense. Now we'll see exactly where they've done that to actually. So nice quick work there. Looks like they've already made a bit of a bung on this close side, just allowing that water to run down into the flood field. There we go. So I'll make sure not to miss this work. Now the one good thing about the track dumper is that I know I won't miss it moving, because it is so incredibly loud. I'd struggle not to hear that. It's certainly one of the loudest pieces of kit on site, which I'm very thankful for. It means that I rarely miss it. Even the wheel dumper is quite quiet. I say quiet. When it's driven past us, it is insanely loud. But even when it's like 20 metres away, before, I didn't notice. But you don't get that with the track dumper. If that moves anywhere across site, you certainly know about it. So, let's get this. Now, once again, one of the best things about the camera on this Mavic 3 Pro is that you can zoom right in without being anywhere near it. Awesome. So I'm guessing that's just to smooth out the bottom, allowing that water to run down nice and evenly. There we go. Perfect. Now once again, I do find it incredibly satisfying. There we go. So it's actually a lot of water that did build up in that area, but that is, you can hear it. Well, I can hear it anyway. Now, I don't think even with my old mic setup that you guys would be able to hear it. It's still quite quiet, but yeah, it's quite loud from over here, so it must be a fair amount of water. Now, you might be able to tell, but I'm trying my best to get an angle through the trees. There you go. So you can see the exit of it, if nothing else there. Doesn't take long to muddy that water. It's the new Whitchurch attraction, the new waterfall in Whitchurch, the Canal breach. There we go. That is awesome work and very satisfying to look at, like I say. But I didn't expect it to be that much water, really. It's a fair old torrent coming down there, and you can see there making its way into the flood field to be pumped out probably in the next few days. I'd guess they turn it on when it gets a little high and then just turn it off again when it gets down. We saw the other day it got to basically no water, but it'd be pointless keeping it on all the time. It's just pumped out as required. Now we'll go back over this way and see if we can have a look through the trees at that new little torrent. There we go. Yeah, I'm surprised by how much water is making its way through. Now this will be the backlog of water. This isn't a one-to-one of how much is coming through the cofferdams. That's just the water that's built up, filling that little area there, and making its way down. So cool little trench they've dug there, and look at all that water coming down. Yeah, fair play. Once again, I'll bring you back on progress, but that was quite exciting work, I'll be honest with you. Alright, I'll bring you right back. So I just heard the best machine on site start up, and the track dumper is off. So we'll wait and see exactly where this guy's going. Now I believe... Hey, legend. So we'll see where this guy goes. Now hopefully you'll understand what I mean when I say that it is such a loud piece of machine. It really is a noisy one. Now hopefully, fingers crossed, I am hoping that this goes into the breach, but we'll make do with wherever it goes to. So I'll move my drone, make sure that I don't get that behind the tree, but fingers crossed he does a little bit of a turn here and then he goes up this way. So I'll go over this way in readiness just make sure I've got a nice line of sight of my drone. Last thing I want to do is miss this if it does go in. Now I don't know if it's got any more drilling it needs to do, or if it's done now. I'm not sure. Usually I've had a rough idea of where it's going next, but in all honesty, I've no idea this time. There we go. So keep out of everyone's way, and I have to say this is a good sign. This is a good sign. Keep it coming. Although saying that, why would they leave the excavator there? Maybe they are going to do actually drilling in the breach. We'll wait and see. There we go. So I'll move slightly more this way. I do wonder if that's the actual location for it then. To be fair, we did see this spot yesterday with a little white flag on it, so I wouldn't be too surprised actually if that is the case. So I'll bring my drone over a bit more this way, so I'm next to me, and makes it a lot easier for keeping out of people's way. So there we go, I'm happy with that. So I would either guess that they are taking it out and the excavator driver is just going to move out of the way slightly, in which case we've got a great angle of that, or if they are leaving it there, but like I say, it won't be too long until we find out. So probably about 3 seconds later, and they are moving that out of the way, so I am guessing that it's time for the drilling rig to exit this side. And with all this work going on in the breach, I doubt that it will actually have a hole actually in the middle of the breach, but we'll see. I'll come down a little further. Awesome. I'll get a nice zoomed in shot here. Now this would be an awesome Facebook profile picture for these guys. So, a little bit of a challenge, but looks like they're going to do it just about. This is certainly the first time we've had two big machines like this actually inside the breach, which is a pleasure for sure. Now, turn over this way. Just real quick, whilst we've got a second, just to get a nice angle from here. There we go, and then I'll move back there in a second just to get that front on angle. Tell you what, I'll do that now, because I don't think it's going to be too long. Go nice and far back behind the bridge here. There we go. So I'll stand right up next to the gate just so you can get a proper idea for just how loud this is. There we go. Awesome, man. Go up slightly just so the bridge isn't in the way as much. So most of the guys have gone on their break now, which gives me a nice little opportunity, making the most of a clear bit in the weather, to have a look around site and maybe get a little bit up close in some areas. Now, let's go and go this way. I'll go nice and low down here. Like I say, I'm happy to do this when there's no workers about, but certainly don't like doing this when there are workers around. So, let's go and have a look. Now, see that pigeon there? Now, I'll be careful not to lose line of sight of my drone, so I'll not go too low. But you see the old pilings there underneath us. And we'll have a fly down here. Now, I can go to about there. That's as comfortable as I'm willing to go down with line of sight. So hopefully this gives you another idea on just how flat they have got it now. So we'll keep going this way. Oh, there is a guy in that excavator actually, so I will make sure to stay well out of his way. So I'm guessing he's taking his break in the excavator, unless he's not on his break yet. That would also make sense if he's just waiting for something, although it is break time. So we'll have a look at this new trench up close as well. So there's still a fair bit of water coming down actually. Yeah, that is a lot of water, so I'm guessing this is half and half. You know, the half the water that's actually making its way through the cofferdams and half of the water that's just stored up in that area, taking a little while to make its way down. So we'll see as well if we can actually. So I'm guessing you can see the level the digger actually got, or the excavator actually got down to, and then you see where the water is eroded down, probably a good 4 inches lower in some areas, like right there. So in the centre of screen there, that's the level they got down to, and then in the centre of screen there where the water's running down, that's where it's eroded to. The pigeon there as well, making sure he gets his 5 seconds of fame. Actually that area as well, that is very interesting. So we'll go and have another look at that from this angle. Should give us a good view. So you can really see there just how much that water has eroded away that part. So that's quite bad as well, isn't it? So this is what we talked about yesterday. A lot of this material looks like clay, and it's quite common around here where it looks like a clay, but in fact it's mostly sand, and as soon as water gets through it, it can erode away so quick. And yeah, that's the result, because the excavator actually, you can see where, right there, that's the level it got down to. The rest of it has just been worn away. Now I'm going to quickly show Terry this, so I'll leave you to it for a second, but I will bring you right back. So I was just talking to Terry, like we say, and he's well on the side of the rusty pilings being a large issue. And after seeing this, you know, it wouldn't take much for water to get behind those pilings and start eroding away like that. It's, yeah, that shocked me a little bit, admittedly. That really has shocked me on just how bad that's eroded away that quickly. Because I know it wasn't that bad beforehand, and you can see where the excavator got down to, right there. The rest of it, because it's only been in there for half an hour or so. Yeah, that shocked me a bit. That has shocked me. But anyway, we'll carry on and see exactly what's going on over here. So we'll also have a look, see if the old boats are back. No, they're not. So one thing I do want to do real quick. Now, once again, sorry for any quick movements, but I want to see if we can see the boats coming back. Now, with this being a large drone, it's very easy to keep line of sight like this. So, tell you what, we'll go over this way and just see if we can see anything over towards Grinley Brook that looks like our boat. Can't see anything, unfortunately. I don't think they have to go down the locks. But yeah, can't see them. Can't see them. Alright. Oh, Nope, it's just a hedge. That's a shame, I thought I got them then. But yeah, anyway, I'll give you a quick overview from up here of just how everything's looking. So you got the marina over there as well. And this is the site as a whole. So you got Aldi there, and then the compound underneath us now. And then, of course, the breach. So I'll bring you right back when there's people working again. So those two boats are moored up now. Now what I'll do with the rest of the day, I'll put in a video for tomorrow. It's going to be a long video already, so gives us something to watch tomorrow as well, and saves me editing so much today. So really appreciate everyone watching. Thank you very much for your time. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow.